Hello everyone, this is Fantasy-esque, and welcome back to ClanGen, the Warrior Cats clan generator game. When we left off in the previous episode, we were exposed to some very intensely developing one-sided crushes and competition within the cats for the affection of, well, they're kind of one-sided crushes. So yeah, the deputy has been taking center stage in this regard and causing even more trouble than he normally does. And it's not even to do with his role. But professionally, he seems to be struggling a little bit, and personally, he seems to be struggling a little bit. So I am kind of excited to see how things are going to pan out going forward, especially as these one-sided crushes continue to develop into something, more meaningful. But let's go ahead and check up the cat list. This time around, we have had a bit of a change. Just one cat. But guys, Almond Fur is no longer loyal to Miststar. So our youngest cat has been wavering a little bit, going back and forth between whether he doesn't support, or he does support, or he doesn't support. And I think in the last episode, the fact that he was avoiding Cloudysnarl or not listening to her when she was complaining to him about her love life, I think that might have had an effect on Almond Fur, because he probably felt like the leader has too messy of a love life between him, Nectarrock, and Cloudysnarl to be a decent leader that can focus on what he's supposed to be focusing on. So maybe that's kind of what put Almond Fur off. Plus, Almond Fur went on the patrol with Miststar and Nectarrock and... oh well, Cloudysnarl doesn't go with us, but with Nectarrock and Miststar and the group of 6, and nobody was focused on training. Nobody was listening, and everyone was kind of distracted by other things. So I think when Almond Fur saw that, even though he was one of the cats that was distracted, even though Almond Fur, I keep calling him Almond 4, but even though he saw that, he kind of felt like maybe, Miststar isn't as great as maybe Almond Fur is thinking he is, and maybe Almond Fur is just projecting his opinion of Slopeflick onto Miststar, even though they are very different cats. So yeah, that's kind of changed. Now, I did go ahead and do a sweep of everyone's relationships. Nothing has changed in regards to crushes. The only bit of development that we have had is with Lyrebuzz. So I will jump into that when we get up to Lyrebuzz. But this time around, hopefully the sweep in the cat list is going to be a quicker one, because we don't have anything new to check up on in relations. So Miststar doesn't get any work done all morning, too busy climbing trees. Are we back to our white lies, Miststar? Yeah. He kind of needs a break. Like, the patrols are a bit of a disaster. I think Miststar needs a bit of a break from last time. So he's kind of just relaxing. And you know what? Maybe this is part of Miststar's technique. He relaxes and then he's energized to actually lead the clan. So yeah, he's doing that. Nectarrock is assigning nice cats to a hunting patrol. So Nectarrock is actually trying to be focused, or he is focused on this day, which was very good to see. Lyrebuzz thinks Nectarrock is doing a great job as deputy. Look at that. See, Nectarrock, when you actually put in effort to do things, and other cats appreciate you. So Lyrebuzz, yeah, he is watching Nectarrock, and he's like, you know what, Nectarrock, I don't know about the lead up, and Nectarrock definitely has his stuff together. Okay, so like I said, with relations, Nectarrock was spending time with Greyswipe in the last episode, just a little bit. And guys, he has actually started to view Greyswipe as kind of a little sister. So I think that's actually really cute. Maybe the fact that Greyswipe is one of the cats who has not managed to develop any strong relationships with anyone, and she's kind of skeptical of a lot of the other cats, keeps a distance. I think it brings out the protective side in Lyrebuzz, and she's like the one cat that he's not trying to Casanova. The one cat he's not trying to flirt with. He just views her as like a little sister that he wants to protect. He has a lot of affection for her. So that's I thought that was very, very sweet. Now, obviously, this is just on Lyrebuzz's side. Grayswipe is still kind of, there's a cold fish on her end. She's not viewing. I mean, I think has a good opinion of Lyrebuzz, but she doesn't necessarily view him as, her older brother or anything like that. This is just Lyrebuzz having affection for Grayswipe. Cloudysnarl is offering helpful advice to a sad clanmate. Okay, we're gonna see who she has the closest relationship with, and we're gonna say maybe that clanmate is sad. It is Miststar, and it said clanmate, so it could include anyone. So okay, Miststar. I wonder why Miststar is a little sad. You know what, I mean, he's out playing on trees, and we thought that, yes, he's being playful, but maybe Miststar is just trying to distract himself a little bit because he's kind of disappointed and a little bit sad about how the last patrol went. And then I think maybe he's also a little sad that because of that, Almond Fur has distanced himself a little bit from Miststar. So he's talking to his mate about it, and she's giving him a little bit of advice, so they are actually hanging out together. Oh, our leader has depth to him, guys. Sometimes I think he's shallow, but he has depth to him. Okay, Dark Pounds saw a kitty pet with no fur at all. And I think she was... Oh, well, she wanted to, based on kind of the story we were weaving, she wanted to go on patrol with Slumberroach again. But I don't know if we will, because she didn't end up telling that to the deputy. Yeah, she wanted to, but she didn't end up telling that to the deputy. So we'll see what happens this time around. Slopefleck, so a kitty pet with no fur at all. So Slopefleck and Dark Pounds actually spending time with each other. So that's kind of intriguing. Slumberroach is complaining about being sent on Dawn Patrol. Okay, so he is none too happy. I wonder what patrol he's going to be assigned to, or who he's going to be assigned to. But he's not too fond. It's funny because in the last episode, he was actually very excited and feeling really good about the day. But then today, he's kind of complaining a little bit about patrols. So I wonder if he already knows how the patrols are going to go and is not happy with who he's been set up with. Bubbling Gale is wondering if kitty pet life is really so bad. Grayswipe is sparring with some clanmates. Okay, we're gonna check to see who she has. The 2 cats she has the closest relationship with. I feel like Grayswipe is always training or teaching or helping or practicing. So she's actually a very active, a very proactive, I should say, member of the clan. So let's go ahead and take a look. Slopefleck and Cloudysnarl. So she is actually sparring with the medicine cat and with the third prophet, Slopefleck. Yeah, the 2 people who we've kind of seen her interact with more. I feel like out of all the prophets, Slopefleck is the one prophet that she actually has a respect for. So that's kind of nice that she's sparring with them and making sure her skills are in, tip-top shape. Almondfur is batting at a beam of sunlight. Okay, so that is pretty much all we have for the cat list. And now we're going to be diving into patrols. So is there anything... Oh, I didn't check the medicine cat den last time. I like doing this to see the log. So Lyrebuzz gathered lungwort and rosemary this moon. So we are getting more and more things, which make me so excited. And we have a lot of resources available should anything happen. Prey's really good, so we don't have to worry too much about that. But okay, Lyrebuzz, let's send him out. The heat of Greenleaf warms his pelt as Lyrebuzz wanders, aimlessly searching for daisies to harvest their leaves. Daisies may seem like part of the everyday carpet of greenery, present everywhere from rocks to fields, to nestles at the foot of trees, but that doesn't make their leaves any less useful. And there's some dandelion nearby. Perfect. So Daisy and Dandelion were gathered. 2 things that I don't think we had before, so that's really good. And now it's time for the patrols. Now I'm looking to see whether any of our couples get assigned together, or any of our one side. I mean, the only really couple we would have is Slumberroach and Dark Pounds. Everyone else has a one-sided crush. So is our couple potentially going to be assigned together? I don't know. What's going on in Nectarrock's mind. What is going on in his mind? Because he and Slumberroach have been fighting recently, so I don't know. Oh. So he has assigned Slopefleck, Miststar, Slumberroach, Bubbling Gale, Graveswipe, and Darkpounce to go on patrol together, and he has decided to go on patrol with Almond Fur. I mean, I think Nectarrock was actually talking to the Medicine Cat beforehand about how they like Almond Fur because he's not involved in any of their love triangles. So it makes sense that Nectarrock would be comfortable going on patrol with Almond Fur. But also, we saw earlier today, he's actually been quite focused in his duties as deputy. So I think Nectarrock maybe feels like he needs to kind of get himself together a little bit, and maybe the way that he will get Miststar's attention is to give his work some attention. And maybe either that, or maybe he noticed that Miststar was actually very disappointed after the last patrol, that he couldn't get anyone, like none of the cats trained, and he was talking to his mate earlier in the day, and he was being really sad, up on the trees. And Nectarrock, who always pays attention to Miststar, probably noticed that, and so he's starting to take his duty a little bit more seriously so that he can help with some of the burden that Miststar has. That's actually very nice of Nectarrock. Okay, let's send out this group of 6 out and see what they get up to. Bubbling Gale spots a rabbit up ahead, but it seems to be acting strange. The patrol can see its tremors from a few fox lengths away. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and see what's going on here, but it looks like Bubbling Gale, who has been a really good hunter and has been consistently bringing us in like a lot of prey, he is taking the limelight here, so let's see what happens. Bubbling Gale catches the rabbit, and it is eaten as normal. A large amount of prey is brought to camp. Look at Bubbling Gale. I feel like he's our kind of unspoken hero, always bringing in food, never causing problems, and he's wonderful. He's just wonderful. And finally, we have Almond Fur and Nectarrock. This could be a bonding kind of patrol for them. So let's go ahead and see what happens here. While walking along the border, the patrol notices a Lyre clan patrol renewing their scent marks up ahead. Okay, I mean, between the two of them, we have swimming, law-keeping as patrol skills, and adventurous and cold, so this could be a disaster, I don't know. Let us proceed. When the two patrols get closer to each other, the patrol leaders share a quick nod of acknowledgement. The patrol refocuses on their task without stopping for conversation, but a feeling of mutual respect has been fostered. So relations with Lyre clan have improved. Okay, so they kind of had a good day out, and again, I feel like this is feeding in to Nectarrock and him being deputy and the stuff he's doing and the fact that he's doing it well. So I'm starting to respect our deputy just a little bit, guys. I am starting to respect. Okay, so patrols are done. Let us prepare for events. So Lynx Clan was the... Oh wait, no, but who did we meet recently? Did we meet... Wait, we were... Right. You know what, it's okay. We'll go for... I think Lyre Clan was the clan we met. But we'll try and befriend Whimsy Clan. And you know, guys, the quick thing, there we go, I'm just combining words at this point. The quick thing I want to mention, I know some of you guys were asking about bloodlines and like breeding with the cats, and if two cats get together, have a kid, separate, and then find other partners, will I be allowing them to breed? And the simple answer is, every cat, both male and female, will only be allowed to have one litter. Every cat will only be allowed one litter. So for example, if Miststar and Cloudysnarl have a litter of kits and they separate and they find other partners, it is okay for them to find other partners, but they won't be able to have kids anymore. Their partners will be able to have kids, if they haven't already, with someone else, but these two won't be able to have kids. However, if Miststar and Cloudysnarl separate on their own before they have kids, and they get with someone else, they can have kids with those new partners, if the new partners have not already had kids. So every cat, the easy way to remember it, is every cat is only allowed to have one litter. Even if it's just one kitten, or it's, 4 kittens or 5 kittens. They're only allowed to have 1 litter. And the reason that I am doing that is so that our cats, since we are relying on, this group to breed within itself until it can no longer do that, I want to make sure that the cats don't get closely related too quickly. And the more crossovers we have, the more half-siblings we'll have, and the breeding pool will get smaller and smaller, which I don't want. And the population will get bigger and bigger, which, again, we don't want. So that is why I have kind of the rule that I do of only allowing each cat 1 litter. Okay, with that said and done, let us go ahead and time skip 1 moon. I'm worried because, the one couple we have, the one mated couple we have, are not getting any mediation. We have had, obviously, couples in the past who have not needed, any mediation, just within a moon of being paired. Even if they've broken up in the past. Within a moon of being paired, they have gotten pregnant with kids, and then they've broken up. But it's happened, so I have faith, but I don't know. Birth notice, oh, hold on, guys. I need to cut the recording here in case we run too long, which I don't think we will, because we've been going through the cat list and patrols fairly quickly. But let me cut the recording, we'll come back and then continue. Let us go ahead, skip a moon, and keep our eyes on birth notices. No! Nothing. I have gotten nothing, guys. Okay. At the gathering, Miststar jokes about what a pain in the tail it can be to lead a clan. Whimsy Clan's leader agrees with a purr. Okay, so relations have continued to improve. Oh, Slumberroach wasn't looking where he was going and tripped over a small trunk, spraining his paw. Oh, Slumberroach. I feel like the leader would be worried because the leader treats him like a younger brother. And I feel like Dog Pounce would be worried because Dog Pounce kind of, is interested in him. So, oh, Slumberroach. Hopefully we have the things needed to take care of you. And now let us dive into relationships. Even though I am wanting, really badly kids, and it's taking a bit long, the good thing is that we are getting to focus on the relationships building between the cats that we have, the 10 cats we have. And so by the time, whenever it is, but by the time the kids come around and we have, new characters to add into this story that we're weaving, this story is going to be pretty solid. And so it's going to be very interesting to see the younger cats in an environment where we have already worked out what everyone else is like. Whereas when you have kids a bit too early, because you're still trying to figure out the characters you have, it's a bit, it goes a bit haywire when you then add new characters to it. But this is giving us time to really figure out, how everyone is and their kind of how they function within the clan and the story. So that's really good. Okay. Bubbling Gale asks for the last of Miststar's fresh kill, but Miststar says no. Miststar is kind of playful, so maybe Bubbling Gale was being earnest, and Miststar was playfully saying no because he was like, there's so much fresh kill. You don't need to eat my leftovers, but Bubbling Gale kind of took that seriously. Aww. And he's been doing a lot of hunting as well, but I can see Bubbling Gale trying to be really caring for everyone and maybe not eating as much as he's entitled to. And that's why he's probably wanting to share a meal with Miststar, so there's more left for others. Because he's caring that way. Okay, Dog Pounce is prancing around in front of Cloudysnarl. Okay, that's kind of cute. These two, they're bonding just a little bit, which is good to see. Dog Pounce explains what a joke means to Almond Fur. Okay, she's been hanging out with a lot of cats, which is kind of nice to see. And Dog Pounce asks Lyrebuzz about his duties. Yeah, they have not had a chance to interact, very much at all. Although this is neutral, so I don't think anything really happened. But I think Lyrebuzz would really appreciate the fact that Dog Pounce sought him out. That would, I think, build his confidence more and make him feel even better. It would raise his self-esteem because he's been a little bit irritated lately that Dog Pounce and Slumberroach have been spending time together and he hasn't been able to. So I think this will be really good. Lyrebuzz has a weird feeling about something Almond Fur said the other day. Arminfer, what are you doing? What are you going around and doing? I don't know how much interaction Arminfer and Lyrebuzz have had, but I'm wondering if Arminfer is maybe... I don't see him as someone who would wingman his mentor. But what if he likes causing problems to solve other problems? And maybe he's looking at his mentor and how his mentor is such like a bonehead, he's not getting anywhere. And so Arminfer is sabotaging Lyrebuzz's relationship by saying something a little bit sideways about a joke that Dark Pounds made to him about Slumberroach. Yeah, maybe that's what Arminfer's doing. Okay, Slumberroach takes Slowfleck out to look at stars, explaining the constellations to him. So these two are bonding a little bit, which is nice to see. During a conversation with Arminfer, Miststar says something too bluntly. Oh no. Oh no. I think Miststar maybe confronted Arminfer just a little bit about how... Well, not confronted is a strong word, but you know, maybe he was talking to Arminfer and he was telling Arminfer that I understand your reservations and why you're going back and forth between... you know, believing in me and not believing in me, but to be honest, we have good days and bad days, and the other patrol where the training kind of failed, you know, it was a bad day. You can't act childish and, you know, put that on my head and say that the leadership is failing, because it's not. We're trying. Just some days we have that don't do as well as others, and he's being a bit too blunt about it, and Arminfer does not like it. Miststar and Grayswipe spend a few minutes complimenting one another. Okay. So Grayswipe is improving what she thinks about Miststar, which is kind of intriguing over there. Cloudysnarl is hiding behind a bush, ready to pounce on Slumberroach. Okay, so Cloudysnarl, this is kind of nice to see, unlike the deputy, does not have it out for Slumberroach, because she very clearly knows that Miststar treats Slumberroach like a little brother, and the two of them have a brotherhood together. So she is like not too worried about who her mate is spending time with. It's mainly, I think she gets a little bit riled up by the deputy, because you know how females have that sense, right? Cloudysnarl has that sense that the deputy is supposed to be working with the leader, but the deputy is competing with her for the leader. So yeah. Okay, Cloudysnarl offers to groom a hard-to-reach place for Grayswipe, who thanks her earnestly. Okay, these two, yes, we've kind of seen them interact more, so they are bonding. Grayswipe's words of comfort mean more to Arminfer than she knows. And I think Arminfer, as an apprentice in the early days, was actually getting like some help from Grayswipe. I almost feel like Arminfer like respects Grayswipe more than he respects his mentor, because I remember there was a time when his mentor was trying to compliment him for, you know, a good day out hunting or a catch that he made, and Arminfer just did not care. He just did not care. So I feel like maybe he finds Grayswipe, because Grayswipe is always training and doing things. Maybe he finds Grayswipe more capable, and so he puts kind of more emphasis on the stuff that she says. Arminfer thinks Slowfleck has very soft fur. Of course he does. He's starting to notice like a lot of things about Slowfleck, and he is starting to like everything about Slowfleck. So of course his fur is so soft, and Arminfer, having fur in his name, would appreciate that. This is so cute. I can see him not wanting to admit it, but like in his head he's noticing like Slowfleck has very soft fur. Probably they were sitting next to each other, or maybe he walked past Slowfleck and his tail kind of flicked over Slowfleck's back or side, and Arminfer in his head is thinking like, oh my goodness, his fur is so soft. I love that. But he has like a straight face because he's a cold cat, you know? Grayswipe talks all the time about Slumberroach. Okay, so these two are getting along. Nectarrock overheard a joke from Arminfer he didn't get. Okay. I mean, these two went on patrol together, so I thought they would have maybe bonded just a little bit. But, I guess... You know what? I also feel like Arminfer is very, very intelligent, and I feel like Arminfer is very, very sarcastic, and a lot of cats just, like, they might not be able to get what he's saying. I feel like sometimes Armand Fur is the type that makes intellectual jokes that go over your head. I feel that way about him. And I feel like Armand Fur has very understated humor. When they return from a patrol, Nectarrock and Greyswipe seem more at peace with each other than usual. Okay, so Greyswipe, this is interesting because Greyswipe has always looked at Nectarrock a little bit dubiously. She doesn't feel like he kind of knows what he's up to. But we have seen in this episode, Nectarrock has actually really stepped up as deputy. He saw that the leader was concerned and he really stepped up. And then I suppose he and Greyswipe went on a patrol together and Greyswipe noticed that and she appreciated it. I don't think Greyswipe is the petty kind. She is skeptical and she will call you out when she feels like you're not doing something right. But if you are, then I feel like she's also the type to notice that earnestly. So that's actually quite nice. Okay, when getting something to eat, Slowfleck sees Miststar allow someone else to take his favorite prey. Okay, yeah. That would improve Slowfleck's opinion of Miststar. Maybe he's seeing qualities of like, okay, maybe Miststar is doing more with the leadership than I thought he would. But who did Miststar give his favorite prey to? We'll say it's whoever Miststar has the closest relationship with. Slumberroach, who's not feeling too good. That's right, because Slumberroach, guys, Slumberroach sprained his paw. So that's so cute that Miststar went ahead and he allowed Slumberroach to take Miststar's favorite prey because he has a sprained paw and Miststar's worried about him, which we said he would be, so that's really, really sweet, actually. Okay, Slowfleck has a lot of fun with Armand Fur. Look at that, guys. I don't know if Slowfleck is ever going to see Armand Fur as anything more than, the youngest cat in the clan that he has to look after. But, guys, Armand Fur is going to be so happy. Like, so happy that Slowfleck is giving him all this attention. Okay. Well, I really like the way the events panned out here, and I feel like we kind of went through everything this moon fairly quickly. So, I kind of like that. I mean, obviously the timing changes every episode depending on how much content we have to get through, but I think things were fairly straightforward this time around, and we had kind of less to unravel. But okay, guys, with that said and done, I am going to leave off here. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed, and I will see you all next time. Bye-bye.